Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a makeover on my sister, and the things that she wants to address are she wants to conceal the redness on her face. She has dry skin areas right about here, under here, and on the other side. She also has dark circles under her eyes that she wants to address, and the biggest thing is she has hot flashes, and that's the reason she doesn't wear makeup, because when she has them, along with the other two ladies in the office she works in, the makeup just falls off her face as soon as she has a hot flash, so none of them wear it. But the other day, I did her makeup before a party she had, and she was running around like crazy and, of course, having hot flashes, and nobody knew because the makeup stayed on. And she called me the next morning and said, "Hey, I didn't wash my face last night, and I woke up and this makeup is still on my face. I need you to do it again and show me how to do it." So today, that's what we're going to do. So I've already color matched her. And prior to the makeup, we're going to go ahead and use the, sorry about the glare, the Milk Moisturizer for her dry skin areas. So you can go ahead and put that all over, mostly on the dry areas, and it'll get everywhere. So the thing she really liked about the Milk Moisturizer was, even with having the hot flashes and the sweat that comes out, the Milk Moisturizer is different than other lotions. So the difference is when you put it on, it hydrates your face. It your face sucks in the moisture, and it hydrates from the inside. So instead of having a greasy feel to it or anything like that, it more so just seeps into your skin and just hydrates. So once you put that on, you want to just wait a minute to let that soak in. It feels good. Yeah, it does. It feels good. And we'll let that go ahead and sink in. And for her makeup today, because of the red areas that she has, on her cheeks and a little bit on her nose and the dark circles, what I'm going to use is a color called Mango. This is going to counteract the redness, and you just want to put a very light layer of this on before you start your makeup, and just let that go ahead and warm up on your face. So she's got some darkness around the inside corner of her eye, maybe a little bit right here. And the mistake I made when I first got this makeup was using too much. You barely need any, barely. If you saw how much I was using, you'd be like, that can't be too much, but it was too much. That's how little you need with this makeup. So this is the Mango. We call it Magic Mango because it just magically erases the dark circles and the redness. And it looks orange when you put it on, just because that's what counteracts the red, but that all goes away once you put the makeup on. Okay, so that's it for the Mango. Next, we're going to go ahead and do her contour. And the color that I have matched her with for her contour is Ash. It's called Ash, and it's this color right here. And this is the Detail Half Brush, so I used this side for just putting the Mango over the red areas, and I'm going to flip it over, and I like to use this side for contour. And the place you put the contour is you just feel for your cheekbone, and then you go ahead and put it right underneath. And if you wanted to give the image of a higher cheekbone, you would put it up higher. And then I'll go ahead and do this side. And then the other places you can put contour is right on top of your forehead. And I know this looks crazy because it's not blended, but that comes at the end. And then the other place you can put it if you wanted is under your chin. If you wanted to kind of create, like if you put your head down, like if you wanted to create kind of like a jawline here. You have a nice jawline already, though you really don't. It's actually really nice. And then you would just blend it down. Sometimes you don't need that either. Sometimes you can make, if your nose is too long, you can kind of brush this under your nose to make it look shorter. That's what I do with mine. But she doesn't need that. So we're going to go ahead and start applying her highlight color, which I have color matched her already, and her highlight color is Aura. So Aura's here, and we're going to go ahead and put on her highlight. And again, with this, you don't need much. And the highlight is going to go everywhere you don't have contour. So just underneath. And this is where if you put your contour on and you're like, shoot, I put it like way down too low, you can just like go over it with the highlight and it'll cover that up. So no need to worry if you make a mistake or anything like that. And all their makeup is cream, so there is powder. They have a setting powder called Vanilla Dust, and some people like to use that. With my dry skin, I find that every time I use any powder, it just settles into the lines, so I skip that for me personally. But with people, you know, with dry skin that it doesn't do that to them, they love the Vanilla Dust setting powder. I'm just trying to keep this in the camera, so. And I like to put it over my eyebrows because I find like when I do my eyebrows, it makes them look like a really clean look when you put your eyebrows on. And for her blush, we have decided to use the color Nude. So I use the B squared brush for the blush, and I like to use this end because after I put the blush on, I like to blend with this side. I think it works good. It works good for me for blending. So I'm going to go ahead and use the color Nude on her. We're not really like a pinky family. We like the neutrals, and so we're going to stay with the nude for this look. And I put the blush right above the contour. So it's, you know, right on the apples of your cheeks. You know, and that looks crazy. It's like I got an art project here. But you'll see that it just blends in on the end. So you could just like mark up your face like this. That's, I think, what kind of makes it easy to do is like, oh, my contour goes here. Let me draw that on. My blush goes here. And then at the end, you just blend it all in. So I'm going to go ahead and start blending. And when you do that, you just, you know, you just kind of go in circular motions and kind of blend it all in. And it really blends nicely. I always, ever since I started wearing makeup, was looking for a cream blush that wasn't sticky. Like every cream blush I used was like sticky. And their blushes are like my favorite thing out of the whole line because they're just like, they blend like perfectly. Like you'll see like as I'm blending this in, like, and it goes like right. I like this color mixed with the contour because it's like a brown and the blush has like a brown undertone, like a mauve-y brown, and so that kind of like makes a nice combination. And can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of go in circles until it's blended to your preference. Sometimes I just go up a little bit on the... Yeah, you need the milk. Like it's soaked in really good, but you could almost use like more. So usually people, 1 squirt is like more than enough, but sometimes when my skin is dry, like I'll use like 1.5.
That felt really good.
It like soaks in, right? It's like
soaked in but not greasy.
Yeah. So just a natural flushed look. So that, sometimes I'll use this end if you want to blend it. And then they also have a bronzer. It's also a cream and it's called Bella. And I love the Bella bronzer, like to warm up a face, like in the winter, like when you put your, you know. So what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit on the fluffy end of the brush. And I do the bronzer like right underneath the contour. And by the way, you get like a little card with your makeup that just is kind of like a face, and it kind of just shows you where to put what. So you don't have to remember this, but the contour is like the number 3. So if you want to remember it that way, it's easy. You can just do like a 3 like that. So it's like a number 3.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So if you're like, where do I put the contour again? And you don't have your card, just remember the number 3. And after you're done, if you wanted to like make it even more pronounced, you can go back in with the, you know, with the contour and always kind of like deepen up your cheekbone, like just a little maybe. So like maybe like right there. If you want to make it like more pronounced. And then, oh, see, yeah, like, I don't know if you guys can see what that does to like her cheekbone. It kind of makes it look like they're higher than they are and like more pronounced. So what else do we want to do? We're going to do, I think we're going to do some eyeshadow today. So, for her eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and start with, she never wears eyeshadow, so she wanted to learn how to make, we both have hooded eyes, and she wanted to know how to make it look like she has more of a lid, like, kind of like mine do now. So, yeah.
Right here.
Like a little lift. So, I'm going to do my best to, like, create an eye look that makes her eyes look a little bigger, so we'll go ahead and over your whole lid, I'm going to put a color called Cupcake. It's just like a cream color. Sometimes I put this one in the corner of my eyes too to make it look a little brighter. And another trick you can do with the corner of your eyes is take your highlight color, and hers was Aura. Sometimes you want to get maybe one lighter too for this, but you take like a tiny bit on the end of your finger and just like dab it in the corner of your eye to brighten that up. So now that we did cupcake all over the lid, I'm just going to go over that with the... And next I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a color called Basic. It's this kind of light brown right there. And I'm going to go, I'm going to still use this end. This is the eyeshadow brush. I'm going to use the fluffy end, and I'm going to go into Basic, and I'm going to go ahead and use a windshield wiper motion and go just a little above her crease to kind of create a more open look to her eyes. Yeah. If you hear a dog crying in the back room, that's my dog, but the last time I had him up here and I did a video, he like stole the show and like was hopping on the couch behind me and stuff, so I had to put him downstairs for this. So already you can tell that it looks more open, and that is just by putting this color called Basic just a little bit above the crease and just in a motion like this. So another thing that we can do to open up her eye is to, sometimes I'll use a color called Cola. It's a contour color. It's just super dark. And I'll use this to line the eye. And it kind of gives the appearance of like a thicker lash. Do you wear mascara?
No, it just falls off because of how badly my hot flashes come.
Okay, well maybe you could do a waterproof, and then
All
you
right.
could wear it. We could see if that works. But so I'm gonna go ahead and use the Cola, and I'm gonna line her lash line. And I really like this because it's not so black.
Oh, I like that.
Doesn't that look nice?
It's really
like
good.
it looks, you can tell right now that
Yeah.
your lashes look thicker.
Mm-hmm.
And all it is just a tiny bit of contour right along the lashes. And you could just do it on the end. Yeah.
That looks good.
And then we'll do this side. Excuse my reach. Even it up. Okay, let's see. Okay. So that looks nice. And sometimes I'll bring like a tiny, you like that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, good. And then sometimes you can keep your eye open. I'll bring just like a tiny bit like under. Oops, surprise. Just a tiny bit, not too much underneath. And that'll kind of even make them more open, actually.
Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yeah. This is fun.
So, and I'm talking during this, so it's like taking longer, but this makeup is meant to be something fast for you to put on like before you leave. Like that's another perk of this makeup. So I don't know if you can picture it like without talking, like putting, you know, you just contour, you know, highlight, and then on the go. Unless you want to do a whole eye look, then you can, then that takes a little longer. But so the last step here is going to be an illuminator. This kind of, I mean, the moisturizer, the milk moisturizer gives you your skin like a hydrated look, and the makeup is cream, so it's also like hydrating for your skin. But even more so after that, they have luminizers that are cream. Today I'm going to use Pearl on her. And all you do is just take your finger, and a little trick, if you have any fine lines around your eyes, you don't want to put this on the lines. It'll highlight them more. So you kind of, you can see where your lines are, and you just kind of want to go below that to give just like a glow to your face. Because we tend to lose that after we're out of our 20s and then can't really get it back. So we're all looking for something to hydrate and make us look like we have that glow again. So another place you can put the highlight is down the center of your nose and on the Cupid's bow. So that's the highlighter. Was I going to do one more thing? I can't remember. We could do mascara, but I don't have any waterproof, and that'll just fall off of you.
Yeah.
So, and you know, if that's, you know, if you get done and you're like, it's a little much, and maybe I want to blend a little more, you just blend, and it just, you can adjust it. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm not sure where to put what or anything like that. You can always adjust it in the end. So this is the finished look. Do you like it?
I love it.
Okay, great.
I feel like 10 years younger.
Yeah, take your hair down. We could have did a whole makeover. I do hair too, so I could have done your highlights and your style, and so
that'll be the next video.
Okay, next one. All right, so that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.